Wow, all of the SMG4 arcs in 2024 have been so underwhelming. I don't have very many high hopes going into 2025. Oh my God. Hey everyone, Theory Guy here again. And I guess it's just become tradition for me to make a theory video before every WOTFI, considering the last one I made was for WOTFI 2024. Now, I mainly want to talk about this year's WOTFI, but before that, let's speed run through my thoughts on SMG4 this year in general. Overall, it's been quite the surprise. While every arc in 2024 was underwhelming in some way, both of this year's arcs so far have been excellent. First, there was the Karen arc, which was a nice breath of fresh air after a bunch of Puzzle Vision stories. While Mr. Puzzles did appear at the end, he had absolutely no influence on what happened in that story. Silence of the Cats was a great movie, probably my favorite since Western Spaghetti. Mr. Weapons has also become one of my new favorite SMG4 characters. Next up, we had the Guns and Puzzles arc. I remember watching a Vidger the Magnemite stream where he came up with the incredible idea of a Mr. Puzzles and Mr. Weapons team-up, and I loved the idea. And to my surprise, that's exactly what ended up happening. I loved the dynamic these two had in this arc, alongside Tump. And oh boy, the Guns and Puzzles movie. That was the best Mr. Puzzles has ever been written, in my opinion. The entire third act felt so unreal to watch unfold. The ending didn't feel underwhelming at all, which is very rare these days for a Mr. Puzzles story. And it was quite interesting to have the story end on a bit of a sad note, leading into a hopefully eventual Mr. Puzzles redemption. Okay, now on to what I want to see in this year's WOTFI. If you didn't see the latest SMG4 video, Soul Search, Mr. Puzzles now has his hands on the YouTube remote, something I never expected to be relevant again. How that connects to all the build-up episodes that came before it? I don't really know. Basically, everyone is saying that Mr. Puzzles will be using the remote to travel back in time in an attempt to undo his wrongs. I have to agree. I personally can't think of any other way for that to go. I really want this year's WOTFI to be the proper grand finale of the Puzzle Vision saga. It just feels so fitting for the finale of it all to involve us revisiting a bunch of the past stories that involve Mr. Puzzles in some way. A lot of people want the climax of WOTFI to be traveling back to It's Gotta Be Perfect. I also agree on that. Now, to finish this off, let's talk about a massive theory that some of my fellow theory YouTubers came up with recently. Tump is the demonic goop. I personally don't see why he wouldn't be. I mean, look at him. He quite literally has the same texture as the goop. So if the climax of WOTFI does take place during It's Gotta Be Perfect, I want Mr. Puzzles to attempt to stop the demonic goop. Only then will he realize that Tump is the demonic goop, and without the demonic goop, Tump would be erased from existence. Tump and the demonic goop is what will probably convince Mr. Puzzles to end his time-traveling rampage and accept that it's best to leave the past alone and focus on the present. All right, that's all I have to say. I'm still extremely skeptical about WOTFI this year, for obvious reasons. But if all of this is lining up correctly, and considering the fact we've gotten 0 community posts and 0 trailer for WOTFI, I feel we could be in for something quite special to cap off a story that's been going on for almost 3 years. Okay, see you guys.